This is the season premiere of Tegan. Critical talk on the state of Nigeria. How did we get here? Closer look on the life and career of Samuel Ajibola, aka Spiff. An amazing dance performance that'll keep you glued to your screen. All this and more only on Tegan.
Now we there, if you ready for fun, make you come here. Cause all night we ready to turn up. You know the matter no go dull up.
Give it up for Tegan.
Woo! My name is Tegan Mosugu and welcome to the Tegan Show. This show is like no other. We talk about critical things, but also very fun and entertainment topics. Now, let's get to a serious topic, Nigeria. We all say Nigeria is bad. This year things are very hard in Nigeria. This year things are very, very shaky and things are a struggle in Nigeria. But let me point out to you 5 different, distinct, and unique things happening right now in Nigeria. So fuel. There was a time whereby fuel was 0.5 kobo per liter. Now fuel is 163 naira. In fact, fuel is even more scarce than ever before. Naira, our beautiful currency, the one that people use to buy all those mansions in Banana Island, in Mitama, wherever you are. Currency. The naira gets weaker by the day. In 1976, a dollar could get you 0.62 kobo. Now, a dollar gets you 379 naira on some days 430 naira. You can't even predict the naira, but we know for sure it is weak and the economy is going down the drain each and every single day. Education. There was a time whereby Nigerian universities were the pride of everybody. Now, JAM scores are really even at a lower level, but also most people do not believe in the promise of Nigeria when it comes to someone being able to go to university, somebody being able to really get a job even after finishing university. Now, infrastructure. The roads, it's not safe to travel, whether it's at night or in the day or even in the afternoon. So how do you even move? Now, the common thing is that, that road is very, very bad, or don't go to that place because the roads are bad. It is terrible. So many accidents left and right. We all know of someone who has either been affected by bad roads or in fact has lost their lives due to bad roads. Let's talk about healthcare. Now, I am a healthcare expert of some nature, and healthcare is really down the drain in Nigeria. Doctors are fleeing the country each and every single second. They are going to different places, whether it is the US, Canada, or UK. Also, we cannot have a strong population that is resilient and even a population that is productive when our healthcare is very, very bad. So, Nigeria, we have a long conversation, but today we will talk to some, journalists who are really giving us a unique perspective on the state of the country. We'll also have an audience engagement session, and we will talk to a young Nollywood star by the name of Samuel Ajibola. We'll be right back.
My baby Jojo, my baby Jojo. One time did it, was I got it too crazy when I do. I don't want to try to sit there, you know me. I know if you tell me what I say, I don't do. So when I come down for only you, yeah. Many man they try to want you. I don't really mind they just wait on you. Many they try to want you. Many My baby Jojo, my baby Jojo, Jojo.
Welcome back. We will continue the conversation with two Nigerians. With me is Victor Ejechi. He is with The Cable. And we have Anayo Ezuru. He's with The New Telegraph. And they're going to weigh in on Nigeria from their own professional and also personal perspectives, keeping things in mind as, since everyone's a Nigerian, we all have an opinion. So Victor and Anayo, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So do you both believe in the promise of Nigeria?
Most definitely. I do believe in the dreams of Nigeria. I believe that there is hope, that things can get better.
Yes, I do believe in the dream of Nigeria.
Why?
Because first of all, I'm a Nigerian, and second of all, I have something to offer. I look at myself, what am I going to do to change? I'm not looking at the government. So I feel like most of the things that I can do to change the country is up to me in some part.
I believe I have a part to play, and there is no place like home. So that's why I'm here.
But you're saying that from a place of privilege, just like the way I'm saying that as well. Now, if I was unemployed, if I didn't have money in my pocket, I guarantee you that most people would say they don't believe in Nigeria. Can we agree on that?
Maybe the next plan will be to Japan,
Okay.
basically. But then, that's why I said, personally, this is my own opinion from the point of view where I am coming from. But there are obviously different Nigerians that don't have the same view because of where they are.
Do you think it's an issue of people in leadership or the system? What do you think it is?
The system, majorly, the people make the system. So the system has issues. The system is faulty, and we need to go back. We need to accept the fact that the system is faulty first, then before we start even repairing it. But we have not come to that terms. That's why the issue of restructuring keep coming up and on again.
I believe in what you said, that the problem is the system, and it's the people that will address the system.
Okay.
And until we get to that fundamentals, Nigeria might not move forward.
Okay, so now let's talk about restructuring. If we restructure Nigeria to an extent, that means we become a decentralized, country. Governor Wike from Rivers State, he's championing for the tax system to be restructured, whereby Rivers State can actually collect their own taxes to benefit them. So now, if everyone is to follow that specific sort of path, isn't that more chaotic?
There's an ideology with restructuring that people don't seem to understand. And that ideology is that it's not going to cause any division as they keep pushing, but instead it's going to bring politics back home. You understand? Because they are unique thing about each state. They are unique about different local governments. So restructuring is saying that I am in Lagos, you are in Kaduna, there's something unique about your state. Why can't you just look at your state and look at what works for your state and deal with it? Instead of a federal government that doesn't even have an idea of what is happening in the state giving others. That is just the simple definition of restructuring. It has nothing to do with if there will be disunity. No. You can have a governor in Rivers State making decision, Lagos State taking decision based on their state and their problems.
My problem with restructuring is that we are yet to articulate exactly what we want. Are we talking about economic restructuring or political restructuring? Until we get this structure, apart from what Wike is doing now, trying to address the economic restructuring, what of the political aspect of it? If you control your resources, generate, what of the political structure of it? How do we now start to restructure to create that balance in the country? So that's my own concern, that we are yet to articulate the kind of restructuring that we want.
So before I go to the audience, I'm curious to know what the situation is when it comes to insecurity. So now, even if we restructure according to your definition, according to your sort of vision for what that may look like, how do states manage but also determine their level of security? Now, when you don't have that backing of the federal government, when you are your own subsection, places like the north, wouldn't that place be unsafe even more?
So that's exactly what I said about political restructuring. When you do that, you are now talking about security. Can a state manage its own police? Can we have local government police? Can we have community policing? You are now going down to the basis, addressing the issues. And that's the only way we can start addressing the issue of insecurity. Otherwise, in our society, we know, even in the community where you live, you know those bad boys in your community. If you happen to report them to the nearest police station, you're out of that community. You'll be surprised they will be the one to come to tell you, you are the one that reported me to the police, right? We will see what will happen. So you will see that until we get to that basis where the community will police themselves, then insecurity will continue.
Victor, you mentioned something about taking a step back to reassess things. Now, in 1960, our independence, and now fast forward to 2021, now we are here. Where did we go wrong?
First of all, I think we live in denial. First of all, we think things are working. Things aren't working. And in 2014, when we had the confab, so that was a good step in the right direction, as far as I am concerned. Because I remembered I followed that proceeding closely. A lot of money was put into that project. And then they came up with a conclusion, which is where restructuring started from. And I felt like the government knew that if they should do this, there's a lot of conversation around this restructuring, because some people will think that we have more resources than this other part, so you want to take away from us and all those stuff. But I personally believe that every conversation must be had. We must come together and have this conversation. And that was what the confab did in 2014. So if we are true to ourselves, we need to go back to 2014, get that document, and sit down and expunge what needs to go off and add what needs to be in. So that is where I feel like we are not being truthful with ourselves, as a nation, as a people.
What are your thoughts?
I think that 2014 confab was a good process, but Jonathan lacked the political will to even implement what he started. That was the genesis of the problem that we're facing. And this government is not ready to consider that. And people have actually suggested that it's better for you to convocate your own conference and see what it looks like. But because this government is not interested in listening to anybody, that is why we are where we are today. And I think until we sit down and discuss, a common northerner has his own grievances against Nigeria. Likewise, an easterner, a westerner. So until all of us sit down and iron out our differences, Nigeria will continue to, the next government will come with the same issue of restructuring, and at the end of the day, they will not do anything.
Interesting point. So you both have a part of media houses, media companies, and now more than ever, it's even tougher to even tweet. You can't even tweet. You can't even say anything because you're censored. So I'm going to go to the audience and we'll continue the conversation. They'll weigh in on restructuring, they'll weigh in on the role of the media, but also they'll weigh in on just everyday life in Nigeria, and we'll also get your opinion. We'll go to the audience.
For more information, visit our YouTube channel, The Tegan Show, and follow us on our social media platforms or visit our website for more details.
Can I get the mic, please, for some audience questions? Thank you. Thanks. So now, how many of us are on social media? Let's see. Fair enough. Now, I want to hear from you, the people. What do you think about talking about Nigeria on social media? What are your thoughts? And do you think that the government will come for you for saying something maybe bad or critical on Nigeria on social media? Wow. Sir?
Well, I feel as a citizen of Nigeria, I have the right to speak freely, whatever my opinion is. And also, in concerning that the government to come to my place, I don't feel threatened about anything. Because if I want to say something that I think is right, I feel I have the right to say it. I don't feel threatened about anything or what they can do. And also, I as a personality, I can make myself a little bit anonymous on social media that you can't actually know where I am. So I can say what I want to say and let people hear what they need to hear and not get threatened.
So now I want to know, who else believes that they can talk on social media about Nigeria peacefully without being threatened? Your thoughts?
I believe as a normal Nigerian, Nigeria because as a citizen, you have the right to speak. And I don't believe that you speak anyhow. There are some kind of conversations that you put on that people will listen to you. There's no anyhow talk that you put on social media because everybody has a public opinion, and that's what the government uses to make a better nation. Thank you.
Victor and Anayo, what are your thoughts on that? You have media houses. What do you think exactly is the role of the media when it comes to putting the government in check and creating a system of accountability?
They are just being diplomatic, saying they can tweet freely and all this stuff and all that. Even we ourselves, sometimes we have to be extremely careful because of because you can't predict this government, that's the fact. You can't predict what can happen the next day and all this stuff. Because how Twitter ban came up, I would never believe that there will be a time in Nigeria where we're going to have such kind of thing. Now, in my own, what we do basically, if someone like him wants to hear his opinion about something in Nigeria, so he's my source. So I have to hide his identity and make sure that I still share his opinion. Okay, so because as a journalist, to some extent, I'm protected. You understand? If I share my opinion or I write an article and then I'm being wanted, I can sort my way around that. You understand? But for him, we have to protect him by making him anonymous or something like that.
Well, I think he doesn't understand the impact and what we are going through in this country. I will give you an analogy. The ban of Twitter since June, Nigeria loses at least $250 per hour because of the Twitter ban. So the economic aspect of it is huge. Not to talk of the interest and opinion that we have lost on the process. So nobody is now putting the government on their tool because the Twitter is banned. How many people is using Instagram? Facebook, people are no longer using Facebook as they used to. Twitter becomes the major social media platform where you express yourself. So it is difficult now, more difficult to express yourself. Because if you say something against this government, you have DSS or EFCC behind your door by 12 midnight. Then you understand what it means to express yourself. So it's a very difficult thing that we are in. But as a media house, we do as much as we can to see if you can protect our sources and at the same time enlighten the public on what is going on.
So Victor and Anayo, you're talking about this Nigerian dream, this Nigerian promise, the belief that Nigeria can literally work for any of us. Now, I want to know who exactly believes in the Nigerian dream or promise right here? Just by a show of hands, do you think Nigeria can really work for you? Let's see. Sir, why do you think Nigeria can work for you?
Okay, I think Nigeria can work for me because of course, this present government, you don't have a plan. And now, let me take us back in the previous government of the late President Samuel Ajibola. Of course, we could see that he pointed out the 7-point agenda that he was to work on. And of course, before he passed on, he had already started working on it. And of course, so I can't believe a government, or I can't believe in the promise of government where there is no plan given yet, such that we as a citizen, we get to point out and say, oh, this present government has done this or has done that too.
So your belief in the Nigerian promise is tied to a government to an extent?
Yes, it's tied to the government because, of course, in school, they taught us democracy to be the government, that the people will vote in power. So, of course, to an extent, yes, it's tied to the government.
Do you know what your government is doing for you now?
I can't point out what they're doing.
So right now, do you believe in this Nigerian dream based on the current state of affairs?
I can't say I believe that I want anything.
Victor and Anayo.
For him, I can sincerely relate with what he's saying because most people want to see tangible things that the government is doing. I'm saying that the reason I believe in the dream because as a media person, I'm holding the government responsible. Okay, so in my own part. But for someone like him, the government has done little or nothing for him. So why should he believe in the Nigerian dream?
Okay, so now as a Nigerian, do you know what the government is working on now?
Well, presently?
Yes.
Now, I can tell you for a fact that
Yes or no?
I don't even have an idea.
Anaya, do you know what the government's working on?
Nigerian dream is not tied to Buhari administration.
Exactly.
Nigerian dreams is tied to Nigeria. You believe in this country, Nigeria. You believe that it will get better. It doesn't matter whether you are seeing what Buhari is doing or not.
So we should not consider him in the equation.
That's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is that you said you saw the 7-point agenda of Yaran and you believed in it. And now you didn't believe in Buhari government. That does not take away the dream that you have and the belief you have in Nigeria.
But he said he doesn't believe in he has not seen.
You have not seen.
Yes.
Yes, that's from your own point of view.
So have you seen his plan?
Of course.
So what's his plan?
The Buhari's plan.
Yes.
I'm not a Buhari supporter, but I will tell you categorically that at least you can see that there are some projects that you can know. As an Igbo man, second Niger bridge is going on. Whether you like it or not, Buhari is constructing it. Jonathan promised it and he didn't do it. But Buhari is doing it. You can see there is a train now from Lagos to Ibadan. People are applying it. You can see that Buhari is trying to develop the rail lines so that we can to ease the stress on the road. And you can equally see that some roads are being rehabilitated. So we cannot take away whatever our hatred for Buhari to the work that the man is doing. He's doing something and people are equally benefiting from his government. It's as simple as that.
Do you think that's the common feeling? Or why do you think there's a lot of like distrust or even belief in his government?
It's because a lot of people are not benefiting.
But you are benefiting.
I'm not benefiting. I'm not working for.
Okay, good. Thank you. Welcome back. Now, our very first guest has been making us laugh for the past 8 years. And he's also very socially active. Watch this. Please welcome to our show, Samuel Ajibola. Samuel, how's life?
Well, sweet.
Sweet. You're married now.
Yes, I am.
So single and married, which one would you choose?
Well, I'd rather choose being married. It's a new experience. It comes with a set of challenges, but two heads are better than one. So.
Oh, fair enough. Samuel, I want to know, why did you leave the Johnsons?
Well, my personality is one that is not used to being in its comfort zone for too long. I've been on the show for almost a decade, and that's quite a lot of time. So I've had that, intuitive notion to move on to greater frontiers. I didn't say I was leaving acting though, by the way, so I'm still always been an actor and I still always be one. But, I'm finding new and better ways to still entertain people and, just generally grow to enjoy and explore other frontiers of the film industry.
So my observation is that the acting landscape is very, very much crowded, and a show like The Johnsons is a hit show. So I'm kind of pissed that you left, but I want to know, with all these new wave of actors, you can just do a social video and be an actor these days, and you have people like you who have literally spent years acting. How do you tell people that I am Samuel Ajibola, I am that trained, I'm that man? How do you differentiate yourself from the crowded space?
Well, to be honest, I don't go to extra lengths to prove myself or try to let people know who I am. My personality and my works always speak for themselves, so I don't need to go ahead and tell people that I'm this, I've always been there and all that. But like you mentioned, we have such large wave of actors in the industry now, and because the world is changing, social media and other platforms have become ways to discover talent. So, I mean, the sky is always big to accommodate everybody, but when you're outstanding, you would always definitely be recognized for what you do.
I like your balance between like the serious and the comedy. So now, Daily Issues, the series that you have going on. Tell us about it.
Well, that came at a time when I had already started considering the decision to leave Johnson. But a lot of people didn't know because people just think I made the decision this year. Meanwhile, I've been thinking about it for about 5 years now. So when that decision started, I wanted to explore like I said, other spheres of the industry, and that was the first time I would explore producing. I've literally been acting for 25 years now, so it's nothing new to me. I want to explore that side, so I decided to create my own show. It was a set of comedy web skits. Name was Daily Issues, which is a pun on daily issues. So I did the first few episodes, and luckily the next year I got to feature the ex-president Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and I've just been pushing that, letting people know that I have other things I could do.
One thing that we love about you is the fact that you're not afraid to speak up, but also to use your platform to really talk about things going on. And why are you choosing to have a platform that is also very socially active? Because most people like you would shun away from talking about serious issues. So why do you do that?
Well, my upbringing and my personality has had so much influence in my life, my choices, and my decisions. I grew up as a firstborn, having so many responsibilities at a very young age, so it's naturally inbuilt in me to always want to care for, the greater public. And also, I coincidentally studied political science, so I've always had the urge to want to speak up for people, to advocate for a better life, especially young people, children and young people, which seems to be the larger sphere of the audience that I have.
Now, I want to know, when it comes to the issues of Nigeria, you're Nigerian, I'm Nigerian. We all know that this country is not easy, whether you are rich or poor. What do you think is the issue with Nigeria now from your lived experience?
To be honest, I thought we primarily have two main problems. Beyond all the whole political and economic problems, we have two main problems. The first one would be that we need a revolution of our mindsets. Nigerians need their minds to be renewed. We have a very not so moral way of perceiving life, and that is shown in the way we live our lives. I mean, the way people drive cars around, it's difficult to give someone space around you.
Yeah.
We naturally have some sort of selfish nature. Not to mention that, we're not united. Religious, in terms of religion, in terms of ethnicity. So if we handle those two issues, I think we will thrive. Every successful nation in the world that we see today who at some point sat down and told themselves that we need to think for everybody. And once they got to that part, the nation started working. So once we get there, we'll be fine.
So I know you have secret projects you're working on, but if we have to have this sentence, Sam Ajibola, complete that sentence for us. What would that ending be?
Is becoming a thriving producer, also a thriving international film actor.
So I'm going to be waiting for that Emmy from you very soon.
Yes.
Hey everyone, give it up for Samuel. We'll be right back.
Next time on Tegan.
Oh, appearances, they are so deceptive. Our next guest is a hot topic, and we have a special audience makeover. You don't want to miss this.
For more information, visit our YouTube channel, The Tegan Show, and follow us on our social media platforms or visit our website for more details.
Oh, Nigeria. Nigeria, Nigeria. We were once called the giants of Africa. We have become a shadow to our former selves. Will our founding fathers, in fact, our heroes lost, would they be proud of Nigeria that it is what the country has become today? Think back to a time whereby Nigeria worked for everybody. Whether if you were in the north, south, wherever you were, you just believed in Nigeria. You enjoyed yourself. You took pride in the fact that you are a Nigerian. Now, kidnappings have become the order of the day. All these killings, all the issues with the police, there's so much chaos now. Now you're running away from your neighbor, from the next person in your office. You just have so much fears and anticipation because you don't know exactly what to expect in Nigeria. There was a time whereby we had the best economy in Africa. The best economy in Africa. The value of a naira was so powerful that you could have actually used it to live a large and luxurious life out there. Now, what can we say to our naira? Will you even find value in the naira? When you go to change your dollar and get your naira, what can you even use with your naira? Now, the new thing is, me, I got to Japan, me, I got to leave Nigeria. But to what extent are we leaving Nigeria, and to what countries are we going to? Okay, Canada, US, UK, great. But who will remember Nigeria in 10 years from now? Who will remember Nigeria in 20 years from now? When we leave Nigeria, we create this brain drain. Now all our talent, be it doctors, be it lawyers, be it engineers, they're all leaving because Nigeria is just not working for them. We are crying out. From left, right, middle, center, we are crying out, but it seems like nobody is hearing us. It seems like it goes in one year and goes in the other year. It seems like even our leaders are not even present. They are somewhere else, maybe even in Mars, hearing us cry out. So it's like our country is on autopilot. It's like the same cycle over and over again. This year is this, that year is the same thing. Bad leadership, okay. Bad governance, okay. Bad roads, so many numerous things are the problems with Nigeria. Now, politicians also are a whole different ball game now, because I don't know any states that can say they have one effective, transparent, and accountable leader right now. Whether it's at the top level, the presidency, or even at the local level, to what extent are our politicians fighting for us? To what extent do we believe that they can give us the Nigeria that we believe in? So how do we go from here? Do we continue to go into this misery thinking that maybe the year 2023 might be the year we strike luck? How long do we wait for a better Nigeria? Whose responsibility is it to actually make Nigeria work? But we need to continue to have the conversation. We need to continue to keep on the fight, because the moment that we individually and collectively give up on Nigeria, my oh my, Nigeria will be in a state of chaos. But yes, it's tough. Yes, it's not easy being Nigerian. Yes, there's a mental toll that arises when you are Nigerian. But you know what? We are resilient. We will find a way to smile, and we will find a way to overcome. Because yes, Nigeria shall rise, and yes, we will continue to build a better, stronger country. That's all we have for you on our season premiere of The Tegan Show. Thank you so much, Samuel Ajibola. Thank you to everyone for being part of this critical conversation. We'll see you next time on
I do a voice on this beat.
tonight and we want to feel like